When I went into the aviation business, the philosophy in Ottawa was that there would be one airline, and that the banks, they all said, if you weren't a government, you couldn't afford an airline. So when I started out, it was very difficult to be in the airline business. As a matter of fact, Ottawa did its best to keep me out of the airline business. They didn't mind us flying around in the Arctic way up high because they weren't planning on operating in those areas. But, you've got to remember that in Canada, prior to 1928, in 1928, prior to 30, they moved more freight by air and more people by air in northern Canada and in Canada as a whole than any other place in the world. We were very big in the aviation business in Canada because of the North, basically, but also because we got a lot of pioneers that wanted to fly, and from the First World War, that is. And Canada has quite a reputation in aviation, really, at that time. Well, I didn't get deregulation for an awful long time, unfortunately, but the government was determined to put me out of business after I got into the charter business in a big way. It was big for me, I might add, but it wasn't very big. But they didn't want any competition for Air Canada, and that was the basic philosophy. They had promised Quebec that the head office for Air Canada would be in Montreal, and that the airline would be more or less a Quebec airline. So it made it difficult for anyone trying to operate commercially in Canada when I was starting out, and even when I was, as I was building the airline, it was a fight with government all the time. It was a terrible fight. I spent more time fighting government than running an airline.